Welcome to Senior Insights. My name is Cynthia. Come on in, grab a seat. We need to get started because there's so many things that I want to talk about, but I have no clue what I want to talk about. So come on in and give me some ideas, okay? Well, have you ever felt like bone tired? I don't think it's actually physically tired. I think it's more like spent. I think that's what I feel like. I was in bed this morning, and I've shared this with you before, that I sometimes wish I could just stay in bed. I have never ever done that. But I was so cozy in my bed. And the cat woke me up at 5 a.m., which really kind of annoyed me. He's been doing that a lot. He wants to go out. So I have to get up and put him out. Then I usually go to the bathroom, and then I go back to bed, and I'll say, I'm just going to sleep for an hour and get up like 6:30. Because I think 6:30, 7 o'clock is really a nice time. 7 o'clock is ideal. But the earlier you get up, the longer your day is, right? I know that intellectually, but I don't seem to get it because I didn't wake up until 7:30, and then I felt so cozy and I felt so tired, and I feel like I slept really well last night. I dream about the strangest things, but they're nothing that's ever current. It's all things from my past, people that I haven't seen in 100 years. Well, I'm not really 100 years old, but you know what I mean, like from a long time ago that I don't think that I ever even think of now. It's the strangest thing. And there's a lot. I dream a lot about my first husband. I used to dream about my first house all the time because it was a terrible house, but that doesn't come into the picture very much. But anyway, I was just really cozy in my bed, and I had a really hard time making myself get out of bed. When I got out of bed, I felt like I was tired. I didn't feel refreshed. I felt exhausted. And then I thought, Cynthia, why are you always so hard on yourself? Why can't you cut yourself some slack? You had an intense week last week. My sisters came, my uncle died, I had to plan a funeral. Just today when I looked at my uncle's bank account, one of his accounts is missing. Well, where did that go? Because that's paying for his funeral. That was his funeral account, so tomorrow I have to figure that out. So I think that these things, all these things that we deal with every day, especially out of the ordinary things, not the routine stuff, but out of the ordinary, I think they take a lot out of us. And I don't mean this to be a downing video. I'll try and think of something funny to say. But I think it's reality. Do any of you feel like that? Like you don't want to get out of bed? You get out of bed, but it was so cozy there and so safe and so comfortable. Why would you want to get up and deal with the day? That's kind of the way I was thinking about it this morning. And then I was trying to figure out what am I going to talk about for a video today? And I said, don't talk about anything except whatever comes out of your mouth. So that's what I'm doing. So then I looked at my week. I have so many things. I looked at my calendar and I said, if you think you're tired this week, if you thought you were tired this week, you're going to be tired the next couple of weeks. So today I am going over to Gabe's. I didn't go yesterday. But Monday is okay, but I got to track down now that bank account. So that will be an all-day affair because nothing ever goes smoothly with those things. Do you agree with me? Like, where did his burial account go? I am the only one who has access to it. So even though I'm talking to you rationally, is freaking me out. Because I have to pay for his funeral with that account, and it's not there. Where could it go? It's in the bank. So anyway, I got to deal with that. That'll be on Monday. On Tuesday, I have a mammogram and a bone density test. And I have to go grocery shopping, because when I go out, I like to maximize my trips. Then Wednesday, I guess I have a day off so I can regroup and kind of get my act together. Meanwhile, remember, I'm trying to clean out that hot tub with the ring around the bathtub ring. And that's going okay, but it's slow and steady, and I have to make myself go out there to do it. Now, I'm not trying to discourage you from having a hot tub, because I have enjoyed every minute of it, and this is over 9 or 10 years that I've had it. I've never had a problem or an issue or a maintenance issue or anything that wasn't a natural disaster. That's a whole other story. So I'm trying to clean that. I still haven't done the spring cleaning yet, but that's okay, because when my sisters came, I cleaned up my yard, my backyard. So that's okay. So then, starting off right away on next weekend, John Doe is coming over, and I'm going to drive him to the airport for a 6 a.m. flight. Well, I just told you, I don't like getting up early in the morning. So if he has a 6 a.m. flight, what does that mean? That I have to get up at 3 o'clock in the morning? Oh my gosh. That'll just about send me through the roof on that one. Then I have to go for an injection on my hip on that Tuesday. So, and that's stressful because my hip has been killing me. The last injection didn't work. So that means I'll have to make a decision. Should I try another injection? That didn't work. It's worked like every other time. I think I've had 4 total on this hip, but it didn't work at all last time. 2 days after that, then I have to go to the knee doctor, the knee surgeon, who is also, I'm going to consult with him on the hip, because we're trying to decide if I need surgery either on my hip or my knee. This is very intense. I mean, it doesn't sound it, but I mean, it's just stuff that you have to deal with. So I have to figure out which problem is worse, my hip or my knee. Now, who in their right mind would want to have knee surgery? It's a bitch, pardon my language. It's, for any of you who have had it, and I'm sure there are many of you in this group that have had it, it's a long recovery. It's painful at first. It's hard work. Worst of all, you can't drive for 6 weeks or more, and because it's my right knee. Well, even though I don't like to go out, I don't want to go out, I need to go out sometimes, I have to go check and see if I have any cards. That's one good thing I'll be doing, because I didn't do it this week. And I'm totally slacking on showing you the cards and getting back to you and thanking you for the cards. Anyway, do you see why I'm crazy? Let's see what else I have. Oh, and on the same day that I have to have the consultation on my hip with the orthopedic surgeon, I have to pick up John Doe at the airport. But guess what? My appointment with the orthopedic surgeon is in the middle of the morning, which I prefer. That's why the way I schedule them. Well, John Doe doesn't know when he's coming home. Now, it's an hour ride from my house, an hour or more, to the airport. So I have to go into the city in the morning, spend 2 or 3 hours there. Then either I have to come home kill some time, and then go back, it's very annoying. It's very stressful. I don't want to do all these things. But what do? You have to do them. Life goes on. These are the things that I try to avoid at all costs to maintain my sanity. Now, plain vanilla grandma had a banking issue that just about sent her over the edge, or is still in the process of sending her over the edge. I have to find that money. Where the heck is it? We could take up a collection. I'll have to do one of those GoFundMe pages for poor Uncle John. I also have an eye doctor's appointment next week. Did I tell you that one? I'm telling you. How am I going to have time to visit you? And then that adds stress because this is where I want to be. Anyway, are you having fun? I kind of went overboard with all those videos about find yourself, do something. And I did another one. I haven't decided if I'm going to switch this one for the one that I did for yesterday, which is kind of doing your bucket list. But it's not a bucket list. It's a mug list. But I kind of incorporate that kind of topic in a lot of things. So I don't know. I've been madly reading books. That Greg Olson, his books are kind of, they're true crime and criminal things. So they're not fun reads, but they're interesting, but they're kind of dark. They're not like Anne of Green Gables, like Debbie is reading on Kentucky Life with Debbie. They're heavy. So then they make you think about heavy things. Then I got into another one. I like thrillers, but some of them are kind of dark and kind of scary. So why do I subject myself to those things? Well, because I like them. I have read almost one book a day every single day. Once I get started, I can't stop. My mother used to say to me, stop reading. All you do is read. Well, it's kind of a release. It's another way to live your life, I guess. Anyway, what's happening with you guys? Evie has a new camera. She has some nice equipment. She has a nice environment, She has a really pretty spot that she does her filming. I have a pretty spot, too. I have a shiny stainless steel refrigerator. That's my backdrop. I did clean the table so you guys could find room. You're fighting over who's first spot to watch me in the morning. I watch. And I read the comments. Today I read a comment from Shirley. She's 90 years old. And she joins us in the morning while she's putting on her makeup for the day. She lives in, I don't know if it's an independent facility in an assisted living facility, but she lives independently. Or what? But she watches us every day. I told her to speak up more, tell us more about herself. And then we have Sandy. I talk about Sandy all the time because Sandy is so cute. She's younger than us. I don't know why she thinks she can participate in this group, but she does, and she does karaoke. And she does it on her way home from work. Her husband picks her up, and then she goes and sings karaoke. Well, she was thrilled because she went and sang karaoke, and she got like a big applause. Maybe she got a standing ovation. Who knows? But she was thrilled. We all need that. We all need a standing ovation because we work so hard. Even when we don't do anything, our mind is going. It's wearing us down. I am just overwhelmed thinking about all the things that I have to do that are coming up. Plus the things that I want to do. Plus, summer is going so fast. There's actually some colored leaves on the trees. This is not a good thing in my estimation, because as far as I'm concerned, where I live, spring hasn't even come. Actually, we've had beautiful weather this week. It's been beautiful. So I'm not really complaining. I'm just remarking that I haven't had a chance to enjoy it because spring was miserable. It was raining and it was cold. And even now, in the middle of summer or the middle of the end of summer, we're having some kind of cool days like in the 70s, which is kind of weird. Are you listening to me? I am rambling on and on, but this is actually what I used to do. I think that's why this channel was so successful. It's when I try and educate that it kind of slips a little, but I enjoy your company so much. I love you all. And you know, just like Sandy got that standing ovation, I don't know if she got a standing ovation, but she was thrilled that she got so much applause. She didn't tell us what she sang, though. I wonder, does she sing the same song every time? Or does she kick it up a notch or change it? Or what does she do? She needs to tell us. Have any of you ever sang karaoke? I have. We used to do it at the campground, but I never was really good at it because I would really have to read the words, and you know, it looked like it. But my husband and this elderly woman, her name was Ruby, that used to stay at our campground, they used to get up every single time we had karaoke, which was every Friday night, and they would sing The House of the Rising Sun. They would do a duet, and it was so cute, and it was so much fun. You guys, you have to try karaoke. You can just sing in front of your own computer. I wonder if there are software programs that you can download, applications that maybe you could, put on your iPad or whatever. I don't have an iPad. Should I get one? I don't have Apple products. I have regular, like Windows, and I have an Android phone. So I don't know if I would use it, but so my husband used to sing The House of the Rising Sun with Ruby. Ruby is gone now, but one of the younger couples that used to stay at our campground loved Ruby, and they named their first little girl Ruby. I love that name. Now, it's such an old-fashioned name, but isn't it pretty? It's something like Ruby, Lily. Those are pretty names, in my opinion. You might hate them, but I'm just telling you how I feel, because I don't know how you feel. Sometimes you tell me how you feel, but we've been doing really good with the comments. No trash. Somebody was telling me, I did have one comment, some guy who's trying to tell me that I'm working really hard and I'm not getting, the payback for doing the videos, and I don't care. I don't care. So off he went. Then there was another one. There was two actually in the last 2 days of people trying to convince you that some miracle happened and they won. They're wealthy. They get $250,000 a month because of this person that they know, and just go to this person. So I got rid of them too. Very little negative comments. Very, very little. And for that, I'm grateful for, because that's another thing that would, you try to ignore, but it hurts. And Carol from Plain Vanilla, she's having a tough time with them. Well, she's having a tough time in general, so that makes it more difficult to cope with some of the other things. So try and support her. She could use a little laugh. She has the greatest, cutest little puppy. Well, her daughter does. They're trying to figure out what to name it. But it sure looks like a black lab, and I'm surprised that they can have a dog that big in an apartment. But maybe if I have to get an apartment, I can bring my Quinny with me. That's another thing that's kind of bothering me. She has a rash, kind of on her belly, but low, like between her back legs, and it's red, and I'm going to have to squeeze in taking her to the vet next week. She doesn't seem to be bothered by it, and I put some, I think it's a yeast infection, so I put some cream on it yesterday, and it actually looks better today, so I'm going to keep doing that, and maybe I can avoid a trip, but it's a pretty large area. So, I don't want her to suffer or to get sicker. I don't want her to get worse. So that's another thing that's bothering me. No wonder I'm tired. It's not physically tired. It's like a deep tired. You know what I mean. I am in the process of doing some kind of good videos. I hope that you all come to them. Somebody had asked me to do a history of myself in pictures, so I have been gathering the pictures. I have been scanning them into my computer, and it's just a short matter of time, if I don't have all these appointments every day, that's going to come out. And of course, Quinny, we're going to have a little bit of a story about Quinny. And I bet you'd like to hear about my campground, because that was an experience that was not for the faint of heart. Trust me. How did you like the fact that I was a short order cook? I bet you couldn't believe that. I was whipping burgers and fries, and we had the best fries. You know why? Because I'm so hoity-toity. I went to restaurants and I tried out their fries, and then I figured out where they got their fries, the ones that I liked. And that's what I had for my diner. Oh, I'll tell you all that when I tell you about the campground. I don't want to tell you everything. But now, see, I couldn't figure out what to talk about, and now I can't stop talking. And I know many of you have long gone, because the average time of anybody watching it is 10 minutes. So, which, I mean, it's not a good thing, but it's a good thing that, even if I make a long video, you don't have to stay till the end. No. Would I like you to? Of course I would. Does it count? Yes, it does, but I want you to do whatever you want. I want you to get out of this whatever you want, and if you don't get anything out of it, then don't watch. I hate to say that, but maybe I'll try reading a story like Kentucky Life with Debbie. She's reading Anne of Green Gables. I told you that. It's really quite a nice story. It's a sweet story, She's a sweet woman. Anyway, I think you've probably had enough. I have to go and prepare myself for all these things that I have to do. And I don't know where to begin. Did you notice I sort of halfway cleaned off my table? That was so you'd have room. Oh, you know what else? I was looking for French toast this morning. I said, well, since you luxuriated in bed, you should have something besides a piece of toast. Well, I had French toast, but it's not the same as toasted bread. When I have a when I make a loaf of bread that doesn't turn out to my expectations, I make French toast out of it. And it's really a handy thing to have because you can heat it in 30 seconds in the microwave and it comes out really good. So while I was searching for the French toast in the freezer, I found some muffins that I had stashed in there that I totally forgot were there. I thought I ate them all. So whoop-de-doo, I've already had a muffin today before I even started talking to you. I couldn't wait. I just cut it in half. It was a cinnamon sour cream one. Goodbye. I'd like you to consider coming back tomorrow, and I would love it if you haven't subscribed, if you would. Bye.